All right, we are live. We are live. Coming at you with five. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gavin Richard Presents. You are on my channel, GBoot2786. A shout out to all of my subscribers, the 200 that we have. We are growing, baby. So I'm glad that you guys are joining me on this experience. We're just going to try and get a few more people in here. I won't be, I always say I won't be long. But I'm pretty sure uh, I won't be too long with this. So I want to comment. This is hot news. Earlier today or yesterday, I saw an Instagram post of uh, two people, Antoine Fuqua and Nicole Mitchell Murphy, ex-wife of Eddie Murphy, and director of Antoine Fuqua is a big director in Hollywood. And when you're in Hollywood, there are they have the paparazzi, and so when the paparazzi is around, I'm trying to get a little more people in, but I'm just go ahead and keep talking. Uh, as you know, when you're in Hollywood, you're a celebrity. You have people that follow you all the time, people looking for photographs or trying to catch you in your intimate moments. And this was pretty damn intimate. So there was a picture of Nicole Murphy and Antoine Fuqua, and you guys can see it in the actual link that I sent, where they were caught kissing each other by a hotel pool in Italy. Now, Antoine Fuqua, as you know, is the director. May not know, he is the director of Training Day, Shooter. He's also directed the Equalizer movies. He's directed the remake of The Magnificent Seven. One of my movies that I enjoyed that he did was Shooter with Mark Wahlberg and Danny Glover. That was in 2007. So he's been around Hollywood for a long time. I love the Equalizer movies too. They're pretty tight. And he has been married to one of the finest women that have ever graced Hollywood, Layla Rashawn. Now, Layla Rashawn is, if you don't remember, she was Sunshine in the movie Harlem Nights. And, if you remember the movie, the joke in it was, and Della Reese, who was the madam, and this was a movie, coincidentally enough, directed and starred with Eddie Murphy, where she said that I got a girl whose pussy is so fine that if you threw it up, it would turn into sunshine. And Red Fox, of course, when they cut the camera to him, he's and Richard Pryor says, "Well, I sure wouldn't like to meet her." And of course, Red responds, "I would," and everybody starts laughing, which was one of the highlights of the movie. And of course, the main thing is after she has sex with Richie calls his wife and says, "Hey, Tommy, put your mommy on the phone." "Yeah, Barbara, I ain't coming back no more." And hangs up the phone. Just like that. So she was a very attractive woman. She also did what Women's of Brewster's Place and so forth. And that was in the 80s. She was also in Boomerang, where she played Hammer Toes, the one where the part where Eddie Murphy is actually trying to sleep with her and seduce her by pretending he lost his dog because he sees her with her dog. Who's in the chat room? Why don't you shout out? Why don't you type something in so I can shout you out? We got somebody watching, a few people coming in. So good. At any rate, of course, she married Antoine Fuqua while she was in Hollywood. I remember her from the Wayans brothers as well. In the 90s, they've been married, I think, since 1999, which is over 20 years ago. Now, if you've seen Layla, uh, she's a very attractive woman and she's married to this man. Uh, they've been married since 1999. She was previously married. So this is her second marriage and they have kids together. So she didn't deserve to be cheated on, obviously. So I'm not saying that. Let me be abundantly clear. You make a vow with someone, you're committed to that person. Till sickness and health, till death do you part. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I believe in the institution of marriage, although nowadays marriage doesn't mean a damn thing. Those principles don't mean anything. You have couples, and this goes to my point in Hollywood, where you are swingers. It's been long. uh, standing rumor about Will and Jada being swingers. I've heard that. I've heard about uh, Monique and her husband Sydney. That they have an open marriage, and they even talked about it. Uh, Lots of people, celebrities, male celebrities in particular, that travel the world, who are very popular. It's no secret that they have girlfriends on the side. So we don't know what their marriage is, and this is my thought, that maybe their marriage may be open. Maybe she knows Antoine Fuqua is a guy who, and I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying this is what goes on in Hollywood, that people sleep around with each other, people date each other. You have a director like Antoine Fuqua messing with, an attractive woman like Nicole Murphy. Now, Nicole Murphy has apologized for kissing him. She says, and I quote, Antoine and I are friends. We ran into each other while we were both in Europe. She later stated, without going into the entire situation, I want to apologize to my family and to Layla and the Fuqua family for what transpired. Now, she said earlier that all they were doing was just saying hello. That's all. But if that was hello, this is her exact quote. I ran into him in Italy and we exchanged a friendly hello, and that was it. And if that was hello, guys, I just need to know what is the goodbye like, because that was more than when you say hello to someone, like an old friendly hello, like you kiss them like an old woman, like you kiss, when you're a man, you kiss them on the cheek or something like that, not on the lips, not a French kiss. This was more, and I'm just looking, this was more hello. And this is one of the dangers, even being a celebrity, because people are going to be following you. So why Antoine is out there in Italy, and I don't know if Layla was with him or not, or if he was filming a film, who knows what happened, but you got to keep in mind, especially when you're a black man out there, people, and you get making all this money, your life, when you're a celebrity, your life doesn't belong to you anymore. When you're a celebrity, you are out there in the public. So anything you do, anything you put on Facebook, you put on Twitter, they're going to eat that up. They're just looking for something. So uh, why do something like, not being cautious, not being careful? I remember Layla too was in a couple movies she's been in. She was in Waiting to Exhale. That was a big thing back then. Uh, she was also in uh, gang related knockoff. Why do fools fall in love? The Frankie Lyman story. I remember that. So, if I'm not mistaken, Layla has suffered from lupus. So that may be a reason also why she's she's gained weight and so forth. What drugs she may be on. We don't know anything like that. And I mean, no, is she the same woman 30 years ago? She looked the same? No, except, with the weight, no. But, you know, uh, and we also got to be honest too, as I'm getting back on track, when you have money, like a guy like Antoine Fuqua, you can, girls will come to you and flock with you. Money attracts women, and they'll throw themselves at you, and I'm pretty sure if the roles were reversed, I'm just thinking about this, would there be as much outrage if Layla, let's say, were caught messing with Eddie Murphy? Now, Eddie is not married. Eddie is in a relationship with a model. I think her name is Paige Butcher. Not mistaken, Australian model. If the roles were reversed, a lot of women would be like, well, her husband would have ain't doing this and that. Now, he's probably not putting it down in the bedroom. He's not making enough money, or he ain't shit. He ain't that. They'll make excuses. Everybody makes excuses for one side. There are men that are making excuses for Antoine, defending his right. And there are women who obviously are defending and sticking up for Layla, which is not a surprise to me. But I do know if the roles were reversed, I'm pretty damn sure the opinions would be different. My opinion on it is that it is their marriage. It's between them and God. We don't know what what is going on with that, but it didn't look good, obviously, through the optics. And when you have social media uh, eating up at it, you know, obviously it's going to cause something. And the main thing that will happen, the main issue, is what it's going to do to those children that Layla and Antoine have together. Those two kids that they have, Asia and Brando, who are teenagers. There's obviously, I'm pretty sure, on Instagram, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, and their friends, I'm pretty sure, as kids at school, uh, you know, that's the first thing that they're going to show to them. They're going to see stuff like that. They're going to have people talking behind their back about what their daddy was doing behind their back with your mom. You know, D gets in a ribbon contest, Brando gets in a ribbon, gets ribbed and teased at school. They're going to bring that up. So, you got to think about all of that. Your life doesn't belong to you anymore when you're in the public. And I it's not a surprise that I'm not surprised that people have mistresses and sleep around, but uh, you know, he got caught. Nicole Murphy, she can keep it up. And Nicole, you can say hello or goodbye to me at any time. Just letting you know if you're watching this. So say hello to me, please, like that. God. I've heard. I was listening to Boyce Watkins earlier. He's actually met Nicole Murphy, and even if you've seen her show, which is Hollywood Exes, I believe, she was practically, as he described it, like an alpha female, where she's the leader of the pack, and she can be, very, I guess, demanding of what she wants. She takes control. I don't know her personally, and I haven't seen it. I know she was engaged to Michael Strahan at one point, uh, you know, and they broke up. And I think at one point it was rumored that Shannon Sharp was trying to get at her, or maybe I don't know exactly what happened. I saw that picture with her and Shannon at the gym, and probably was just a friendly picture, so it doesn't mean anything. But you know, uh, man, be careful creeping because you know right now cameras are on you, especially when you work in Hollywood. Antoine Fuqua, I hope this doesn't mess up the Equalizer 3. Any chances for that? Uh, you know, get that lawyer game up. I hope you had a prenup, man, because ah, this is not good. But that's their marriage. That's between them, and you know what? They may even work it out. We don't know. But damn, I just, I guys, before I go, I'm just thinking about this. I would hate uh, to have my business all out in the street like that, especially if I have children. I would hate something like this blowing up because that's again, that's who is really impacted by that. Those teenagers. So I maybe it's a good thing. I always try to. You talk about fame and fortune. I would take the fortune over the fame because I sure as hell wouldn't want something like this. I'm just looking at some other movies that Layla has been in. She hasn't been in too much lately. Last movie she was in was Reversion. She was on the Cosby Show too in the 80s. 1987 episode The Shower, Answers on Facts of Life. Again, where I remember her from is from Boomerang and Why Do Fools Fall in Love and the Wayans Brothers. That was the main thing I remember. She was a very fine woman and still is attractive. But yeah, she was on Fresh Prince. Let's see some of the other stuff she's done. She was in her husband's movie, Brooklyn Finest, which was with Wesley Snipes, Richard Gere, Don Cheadle, and Ethan Hawke. I'm just looking at Antoine's. Let's look at this. He produced, directed Equalizer 2, Southpaw, Olympus Has Fallen, which is a great movie that is actually started into a franchise of its own. Bait, Training Day, Tears of the Sun, King Arthur, Shooter, Southpaw. I saw Southpaw. That's with Jake Gyllenhaal. That was pretty good. So yeah, Replacement Killers. That was his directorial debut. So yeah, my man's been around for a while. But guys, leave a comment. Be respectful though. If you have any questions, or I hope to questions. You got any comments? Yeah, just I'll respond to them. And that's it for now for another episode of Gavin Richard Presents. Tune in. We're going to be doing some more videos soon. I'm going to really update this channel. I intend to in the near future. So be on the lookout. But yeah, that's all the time I got, guys. Thanks and peace. Love.